Welcome to our first annual segment of Retro Requiem Predictions. With me today is Andrew Wagner.
Hey guys.
Collin McConnell.
Hello.
Peter Patton.
Hey.
Some nameless editors.
What's up?
Hello.
Hello. And of course, the always great Brian Perry.
Jesus.
So what we're doing today on this segment is me, Andrew, Collin, and Peter are going to make 3 predictions about 2014. And then at the end of the year, we'll go back and review it. And then, of course, we're going to hate on each other's predictions because we like being dicks to each other. Right? That's
Absolutely.
That's exactly
that
what's
is
happening.
accurate.
So,
I feel the love.
Mm-hmm.
who's going to start?
That we decide on Collin.
Oh, okay. Collin. Oh.
Okay. Are we doing it all at once, or am I?
No,
just
Nope,
starting
what's the
at
first
time.
one?
right off the top? Okay. Well, my first prediction is this applies to me personally because I am planning on buying a PS4 for this generation. What is
This motherfucker got to give a speech to give a prediction.
Yes, I am giving a speech. It's called content. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm planning on buying a PS4, but one of the next-gen games that I'm most excited for is Titanfall. Unfortunately, that is exclusive to Xbox One, basically every Microsoft console right now.
Mm-hmm.
I predict that Titanfall will go multi-platform. Probably.
That's the stupidest prediction I've heard.
You started this out with a shitty prediction.
What the hell?
They confirmed like 2 months ago that it won't go anything other than Xbox One and Xbox 360.
But I think that will be proved untrue because.
To be fair, it's not the first time that something like
exactly.
that happened.
With prior experience, I had an Xbox 360 last generation. I remember it started out with all of these exclusive. BioShock was exclusive. Elder Scrolls Oblivion was exclusive. And eventually they all went to the PS3.
Mass Effect.
Yeah, but none of them were
Effect.
ever confirmed, like, Xbox only.
You probably could have. Like, they probably, at one point, like, confirmed it.
No, they said that
changed
Oblivion was
it.
going to come later, and BioShock, they never really said anything about it.
Yeah, but they kind of, like, they might have subtly, like, oh, is it going to come out for PlayStation later? It's for Xbox. Like, that's not
It's
confirming
Xbox
it.
now.
Yeah, it's Xbox. Like, it's for Xbox, and then that doesn't confirm
I know, but
it,
there's
so, like,
ones out now that have, like, Xbox exclusivity, but it's only timed limit. They actually say time limit now. Now it says Microsoft only. Like,
I think Titanfall means a lot to Xbox One. So I don't think it's going to happen. Personally.
But I also think this is a third party publisher, right?
Mm-hmm.
it's, yeah, but...
So I mean, I think who is Dean? Is that EA? Who's
It's...
They're publishing it.
Is it EA publishing?
EA is
Yeah.
publishing it? I mean, come on.
I think the developer was something like Respawn.
It is
It is
Respawn.
Respawn.
It's the
The
company that after...
Resurrection of Infinity Ward.
Yeah.
Which means it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's true.
Can we just, like, mention really quickly how much Call of Duty Ghost sucked? Can we just mention it?
Brian dislikes.
I had no fun with that game, really.
I'm fine with that. Just throwing it in there.
Modern
Okay.
Warfare 2 was in fact the
It's
last
in there.
great Call of Duty
Good
game.
enough.
So
Okay.
I like Black Ops.
Great for you.
Andrew?
A lot.
My
Yeah.
first prediction was, well, I'll start with a little background, as Colin did. I would have to say that the Xbox 360 won the console war last gen, but
I mean,
Yeah.
you could be wrong, but
yeah, I disagree.
Go ahead.
I say that easily.
Hold
but-
on, you think 360 didn't
The
win?
Delusion is
what
not
about,
a-
what about
only
the Wii? It outsold both of them.
What about the Wii?
But no one cares about the Wii
Yo,
now.
nobody
but
does
they-
give
they
two
still
fucks
care
about the
about
Wii.
the
Like,
It still won because
No,
it
it
was the
didn't.
most
Tell me how
popular
the
console.
tell me how the
Yeah.
Wii U is doing.
I think he means of a combination of not just sales.
I would say
It's the
most popular, most games sold, most everything like that.
but that's wrong.
Go ahead, Andrew. Go ahead.
I now predict that the PS4 will trump Xbox One as dominant console.
Ah,
I agree.
And I will also mention that PS4 or PS3 and Xbox 360 both sold 80 million consoles worldwide, tying.
Ooh.
And the PS3 failed to sell in the United States. It only sold 13.3 million, while Xbox sold 24.5.
Damn. And you know, I
And
think
Xbox, well, the United States is the biggest market
Yeah,
here,
That's
so
true.
I think what's really important about that is that the PS3 dominated in like Asia and in other parts of the world, and now with the PS4 that they have the domestic sales, they're probably going to continue to dominate in
Yeah.
other parts of the world as well. So yeah, I think that's a really good. prediction.
also-
I'd agree with that.
I mean, PS3, I mean, there's some fanboys here, but it had a horrible online.
No, it did.
It had horrible online.
It did
Xbox
have
has been
a lesser
solid
online.
since the first Xbox.
I wouldn't say horrible.
It was free.
I mean,
It was free.
it was free though, but
that's my favorite
I mean,
place.
I just want to say that it went down for 24 days and 77 million
that was
accounts
awful.
was stolen.
That was
So
awful.
it was free though, you know.
What about all the other places that got hacked and you didn't
Yeah,
know
all
about it?
3 of the top ones.
What?
I know.
Microsoft had an incident. Even Nintendo had an incident.
I know, but it wasn't as significant as the PSN network.
Yo, that went
Yeah,
down.
well, it's not as significant as your Xbox melting down on you.
There's also cases of PS3 failing too.
Yeah, but
there was
when
the
you have
yellow
30
light
So
dead.
we can say
Well,
that too.
like that.
Yeah, but it's not to the same point. You have 30%, a
Damn.
third of all the original Xboxes that they put out failed.
Okay.
That is unheard of in
But we have
any sort of
77
technology.
million credit cards being stolen.
I don't think
Well,
any money was actually never stolen.
That's an anomaly of an outside force. This is something internal that they did. You know,
Yeah.
somebody didn't come in and sabotage all these Xboxes. This is
But-
Microsoft going in. They're going
Okay.
in. They're like, oh damn, you know, we need to try to put out this cheap stuff fast to beat out Sony.
But they also offered if your console broke down, they would send you a brand new one.
Happened.
Oh, and then how long do you have to wait for that to come back?
Okay.
It got me 2 weeks.
Okay.
Not that long.
We're gonna move on to the next prediction.
Can I say something? real
Yeah.
quick? I also think the PS4 alone is not going to make Sony win. I think that the end cycle of the PS3 was its strongest cycle, and it helped set up the next stage for the
That's
PS4.
true. That's a very good point.
I also say the PS4 stole Xbox 360's game plan. Jump in early and make
Yeah,
it
they
cheaper.
That's true.
They did. That was really smart on their part to
Yeah.
not put the what is it called? It's not called Connect for PlayStation. What is it called?
Just the eye camera.
I can't remember.
As a console
That's stupid.
frontrunner.
And also,
Well, this is
PlayStation
an
Now
evil strategy.
PlayStation Now is coming out and it's going to make the console basically backwards compatible.
Hey! Watch my prediction too. My first prediction is actually my safest. It's my safest prediction. Okay, it's in multiple parts. GTA 5 will have more content available in 2014. I think they're gonna have DLC to come out,
Oh, God.
like The Lost and the Damned and like
Yeah.
The Ballad of Gay Tony, and it will come out on PC. It took 7 months after the release of Grand Theft Auto 4 to be released on PC. We're right around that time period. I think it's gonna come out on PC this year, which Dean will be very happy about.
Huzzah.
Lost in the Dam was released 9 months after Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, so maybe right around the summertime we're gonna get the first DLC pack, I think, from Grand Theft Auto 5. And I really hope this happens. There's actually a little bit of fanboyism on my part.
It's not going to happen.
I hope GTA 5 gets a definitive edition
It's not going to happen.
and will come out on PS4 and Xbox One. And if it happens, it will truly be a momentous day.
I will tell you
For
right,
everywhere.
that's not going to happen.
I don't think Rockstar would do it
It's
because
not.
Rockstar doesn't care about sales
It's not
so
going to
much.
happen. They already sold.
Yeah, like what,
Yeah,
2 billion
yeah,
or
they already
something?
did. But if they did, they would sell more copies, and they would instantly be the best game on next gen, and people would buy it.
See, Rockstar is kind of like Eminem, though. It's like they don't worry about
Yeah,
sales
they're not
because they
worried
don't
about
have to
it. Yeah,
worry about
yeah, yeah.
That's
sales.
true.
They're doing well for themselves.
It's not yet. Everything else I agree with except for the last part.
But it would be so nice.
It would be nice.
Tomb
but
Raider looks so good
it does look good, but you know how
on next gen.
you know how much it would take to go back and make everything that pretty in GTA
they
5?
already did it.
No, they didn't.
They already did it, Andrew. You haven't heard about it yet. It's okay. It's in the works.
GTA's so
It's in the
huge that
works.
it'd be so much
It
time to
would be a pain
touch
in
up
the
everything.
ass. Yeah, they might come out with a definitive edition, but it won't be for next gen.
It would be like the Game of the Year
Or
edition with all the
episodes from
Yeah.
San Andreas or episodes from Los Santos.
There you
Nobody
go.
gives a fuck about that. They're gonna have a definitive edition next year.
no.
By the end of the year, it would be sorry.
Next prediction.
Peter, please let us know about your first prediction.
Okay, my prediction is less of a definitive one, but I predict that more studios are gonna move to Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, just in the past 2 years, we've seen it blow up ever since, Double Fine got over $1 million.
Yeah.
You have stuff like Broken Age, which
Oh,
recently
yeah.
come out, their Act 1. They funded that. The Banner Saga recently came out with pretty good reviews.
Yes.
Then
Really
you
good
have
reviews.
stuff like, Armacog, Shovel Knight, Leisure Suit Larry, and then you have Kenji Ifune's Mighty Number 9, and
Oh,
Way
yeah.
Forward Shantae.
And Kingdom
Kingdom
Come
Come
Deliverance.
Deliverance.
Oh!
Game of the year, all year.
That game got funded so quickly that we were going to feature
36 hours.
it. We
it
were
got
going to feature
enough.
it as our Kickstarter of the week.
It's
And
just-
by the time we finished the article, writing the little paragraph, it was funded. And
Yeah,
it
that
it
was
a wrap.
pretty crazy.
I love that. Oh, that game looks so awesome.
And let me just say, Broken Age raised so much money, and they had such an excess at the end of it that they went out and they got an all-star voice cast. They got Jack Black, they had Elijah Wood, and they had someone else too. I can't think of the actor's name. But like they were just like, oh, we have all this extra money. Well, might as well like upgrade our voice cast.
See, me, I'm really also looking forward to Shantae just because I love
Yeah.
the series and I love
Shantae look great.
platformers.
My number 9 is
My
gonna
number
be,
9 as well, too.
Oh, I can't wait.
It should be pretty good.
Fuck you, Capcom. Colin?
Alright, second prediction. The Elder Scrolls Online will be contemplating free-to-play by the end of the year.
Ooh, I agree.
I don't say end of the year.
This came about because me and Dean were actually... I had a hard time coming up with 3 of these. So me and Dean were talking about some games, trying to come up with a prediction, and I said Elder Scrolls Online. I said, you know what, I don't think it'll be competition, able to compete long-term with World of Warcraft as the most popular MMO. I guess Dean said that that's not really an issue, that they're not...
No one thinks it's going
No?
to compete with
Okay.
World of Warcraft.
But so I think it'll probably go...
WoW has a monopoly on
Old,
that.
Old Republic eventually went free-to-play.
It,
Right?
yeah, but I don't think it will go free
So
to
you're
play
gonna have
this
another
quickly.
Titanic?
The Tortanic?
When is it? When is it supposed to release?
They're very
Well, it's
adamant
not-
that they were not going to go
It's-
free to play.
It's not go
Oh, yeah.
free to play. It's considering going free to play.
Oh.
Okay.
So it'll be.
So it's like a
it'll-
half prediction.
Okay, no, because
it'll be failing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think what they're saying is, one, I think when Elder Scrolls Online comes out, it's going to have a fuck-up lower launch.
Yeah.
Like a launch.
Well,
Like,
every
they're
MMO
gonna.
is a pretty rocky.
I think they're going to have a rocky launch for MMOs. Like, I think they're just... Because they're trying to do something so broad. It's like so big. All of Tamriel. They're trying to, like, really do something. And I think it's going to fuck up, like, bad.
Yeah.
Big time. I think it's going to be like when GTA Online came on and you couldn't like really play it.
Yeah,
I think
that was
I think
fun.
that I think
That
that's how
was
it's,
fun.
I think that's how it's going to be. And then so because of that and because already it might not sell that well, I think they're going to have really bad sales number.
Well,
So I think there's going to be a lot by the end of the year to say maybe we should just go free to play. And say,
also
fuck it.
you have to buy the game and also pay a subscription fee.
Yeah.
You have to.
Like a
And no
normal
one's,
MMO.
Yeah, no one's trying to do that shit.
Well, a lot of MMOs you don't have to buy the game anymore.
Yeah, a lot of them went free to play.
Well, free
Except
to
for-
play, or they just have a subscription.
Yeah. Okay, Andrew.
Xbox One will have more exclusives this year /gen than PS4.
I agree with that.
I agree.
I agree with that. I
I
mean,
do.
Microsoft is really willing to throw
Yeah.
their money around to get those exclusives.
Also, I mean, technically, Xbox had more last gen too.
But will that?
Well,
will those
Technically,
exclusive-
Wait,
Here, here,
wait,
I have
wait,
stat, I have
wait,
stat.
What do you mean technically?
PS3 had over 140 exclusives. That's including Japan and stuff that we don't actually get over here. And Xbox 360 had 160 exclusives.
The question is, how
But
many?
technically, you
But
said, what,
a lot of them were Connect games.
Well,
oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
Yeah, that's
There was
not
like
really-
40 of them that were like
This
Connect games.
motherfucker.
Okay.
Barring even Connect games, out of how many of them mattered?
Not too many. I'm just saying. That's why I said technically.
Yeah.
Let me say.
But-
It's about quality. and
I will.
quantity.
I know. I will say PS3 had the more like substantial exclusives like
Let me-
Metal Gear Solid, Infamous, God
Yeah.
of War, all, like The Last of Us, one of the best games last year.
Okay.
I think, and me, I was an Xbox 360 owner this past generation. I can tell you for sure that down the home stretch, that PS3 definitely had more desirable exclusive games.
Yep.
I think Microsoft saw that, and I think now they're really dying to try and get that exclusive edge.
I mean,
I'm not sure, as I said with my first prediction, I'm not sure how long it's going to last, though, because I think a lot of those
I think
third-party
it's-
developers are going to look at the PS4 and say, hey, we can get more money.
I
by
think
extending
Microsoft has tons of money and they're willing to spend it though.
That's true.
I don't think there will be a Halo or Gears this year.
Yep. Halo's coming out this year. It's
Yeah,
already confirmed.
Is it
Halo.
confirmed
Yep.
for this year?
Yeah.
PS4 has 4 main exclusives right here at launch. It had Contrast, which didn't get great reviews. Shadowfall, which got like 80s. Resogun, which got actually good, and Knack, which got like a 60.
Yeah. The only big things they have for 2014 are Infamous and The Order.
Dean and I
Oh,
saw
God.
it Knack.
Yeah, we didn't.
Knack.
We didn't play Knack, but well, I don't know if Andrew did, but it's
No.
Yeah.
it's pretty awful. Knack is a terrible character.
He was just-
You should hate him. He's an awful person.
Xbox One at launch had 6 exclusives. Crimson Dragon, which got okay reviews. Dead Rising 3, which got awesome reviews. And we acquired Dead Rising 3 for the Xbox One, which is awesome.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
Because
good.
it used to be
Yeah,
multi-platform.
it did. That acted really good.
Fighter Within, which is horrible. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
Kinect game, and you can't expect much. Forza Motorsport 5, which is awesome. And PS4 doesn't even have their
Racing game.
game. Gran Turismo 6 is on PS3. They missed the
Yeah.
launch.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
Drive Club
Also,
supposed
they
to
were
launch
supposed to have Drive Club at launch, and they keep
And
pushing
keep
it
pushing
back more and more,
I
which
gotta
is
ask
really
you something about
bad.
your statistics that I just thought of. In your 164 exclusive games,
60 over 160
Whatever.
exclusive.
Oh, are you counting them exclusives that they're also on PC?
Yeah, Microsoft exclusives. It has to be a Microsoft owned like
Yeah, 'cause-
computer.
Yeah.
IP.
Yeah,
I think so. I don't think they have like Xbox exclusives. I think they just
they
also
have a few Xbox
Microsoft
exclusives. But
exclusives.
Yeah, they can.
it's Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah,
And I also counted that like console exclusives for Sony. Like PC has them also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So that's included in that.
As long as you do both.
Yep.
Next prediction for me.
Whoa, you just cut me off,
I
man.
thought you were going to keep on going.
I keep going. I have stats out of my ass. Okay.
But do they matter? To
Yeah,
the
they
overall?
do
Okay.
matter. They
Fine.
matter to my
Fine.
predictions
Fine.
substantial.
Fine.
Okay. PS4. I mean, look at their exclusives coming out this year.
Yeah.
Other than what's out, you have Infamous, The Order, and Deep Down. That's
I
it.
forgot about Deep Down.
And that's free to play, actually.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. But Xbox One, they're creating new ones with Quantum Break, D4, Sunset Overdrive, Titanfall, Project Spark, Max, The Curse of Brotherhood.
You know what though? You think maybe Xbox One might have better exclusives because, like they did with the original Xbox, they're just gonna forsake the 360 like that, and PS3 is not gonna do that. I mean, Sony's not gonna do that.
They did keep PS2 along for like life.
They actually Microsoft has been quoted that they are going to keep it on for another like 5 or 6 years. Xbox 360.
I doubt
Like
that.
They're gonna
Titanfall is
try.
coming out for Xbox 360 as well.
Well, see, they have to keep it going because, not everywhere's America. There's a reason why FIFA still comes out on PS2.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
God damn.
Microsoft.
Microsoft promised
They like on last with the original Xbox, they just like forsake it. They're
because also the original Xbox didn't sell as well.
Yeah, they were like, fuck that. They tried to ditch that console.
And there's so many people that have Xbox 360, they can't just be like, well, fuck you guys.
They have to support it for at least 2 or 3 years.
They said
Or-
5 years, I'm pretty
okay,
sure.
so
I'm just saying.
I
they
think-
have to.
I think maybe you might be right about the exclusives this year, but I think that as time goes on, in the immediate future, Sony will come out with more exclusives we're going to get excited for.
Okay. I'll get into my predictions. everybody's trying to cross to my territory. We're not having this today.
You should have better predictions. sir.
I'm saying, go ahead then. Your second
Are
one.
you finished?
I'm finished. Go ahead.
Okay. Connect will continue to suck in 2014. With mine. No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, that's not
Okay.
really like a
That's a
prediction. That's
Okay.
pretty much a fact.
I'm really feeling this one. I really like. This is actually the one that I'm most hopeful for, and I think it's gonna happen. Okay. Amazing Spider-Man 2, not the movie because that shit sucks.
It
But the
hasn't
game.
come out yet.
But the game will get better reviews than the first game, and it will get good reviews. I think by the time it's done, or it's over and done, it'll be like at an 80 on Metacritic or higher, and I'll tell you why. The first game had a 69 on Metacritic for the Xbox 360 and a 71 for PS3. So take the average as a 70 overall. This game is taking, I think, more of a comic book approach to it, which fits more for video games than it does for the movie, because the execution for the movie isn't, it doesn't fit, obviously, because that movie fucking sucks. But,
Movie's trash.
one, they have a large catalog of villains that are going to be in this game.
Craven.
Kraven's been announced for the first trailer. They already have Rhino, Hobgoblin, and Electro in the movie. So these guys are all going to be in the game.
Maybe Sinister Six.
Maybe. Who knows?
That's
because they're working on that movie. So Electro in the game actually looks different than Jamie Foxx's character.
My God.
So to me, it seems like they are distancing themselves from the movie a little bit, much like the Spider-Man games did back in the day when it was Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. They're going to continue to work on their open world gameplay. I think they're going to expand it. Open world on next gen. If you can't do open world well on next gen, then you failed, basically.
Yeah.
Something people complain about the first one, the visuals weren't as good. It's next gen. If you can't have good visuals on next gen, you should go kill yourself now.
Yeah.
And they're focusing more. I saw an interview with the developer, Beanox or Beanox, I don't know, whatever. Beanox. And they talked about how they liked the Arkham games, and someone was talking about why more people don't base their games around the Arkham City games. And they were basically like, the Arkham games are good for Batman, and they fit his style. and we're gonna take things from him. But obviously, we have to cater it to Spider-Man because Spider-Man is not Batman.
I mean, Batman stole Spidey sense, so.
That's true.
Yeah,
This
that's
was Spider
true,
Sense.
yeah.
But if I were to play a Spider-Man game and I felt rooted the way Batman would, I'd be upset.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, because he's ground,
Yeah.
basically.
And so
Spider-Man can-
they showed their trailer showed all gameplay,
Uh-huh.
which I love. I hate trailers that show just a cutscene. They showed some combat. The combat looked really good, and it did look very light. He was using the web in very creative ways. And I've seen the first trailer. I'm really optimistic. I like the art style. I like how Craven is kind of like a mentor to him in this game, and he's kind of like talking about different moral decisions and things like that. Overall, I think it's gonna be a good game.
I think that maybe Spider-Man should go try and take some elements from God of War rather than
Massacring people.
Yeah.
well, no, like
Well, that's the most prevalent one that you think of.
Yeah,
but-
I
No,
understand.
I like
yeah.
the combat.
like the combat and like the puzzle solving. I think if you add puzzle solving to Spider-Man, it might actually add a layer that actually be really great.
Spider-Man 2 had some puzzle solving in it, and it was really good.
Yeah, or like there would be things where he's like my purse, someone took my purse,
Yeah.
little side quests like that. Spider-Man 2 is one of the best superhero games until Batman came out.
Yeah, I agree. I think next Spider-Man's gonna be really good. Really good. I'll get it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Peter.
Alright. My prediction is in the next year, Vita sales will at least double.
Mm.
I think the Vita is gonna come up.
You're going
Mhm.
against GI's their prediction. They think that Vito's just going to fail and PS4 won't be able to save it.
I think there's a number of things because I mean I can understand if you bought a Vita right at launch you could be kind of disappointed, but the thing was Vita has had it's had pretty bad sales till now, but that could end up helping them because all these people who obviously didn't buy it now it's obviously stacked up some games. This year it came out. YS came out for it with good reviews. Tearaway was a really nice game.
I think it's very underrated.
Then there's a lot of ports that are coming to it, like Murboss, Rebirth, which I would have to say has the most beautiful art style of any game, you could find out there on average. Then they had stuff like Hotline Miami and Spelunky, and there's a lot of great indie games that are coming to it, and they're very, they're fun to have on the go. But then you also have stuff that are being announced, like Minecraft coming to it. You have Borderlands 2, Binding of Isaac.
I don't get Borderlands 2 at all.
Yeah,
It's so late coming to a Vita.
It's kind of weird.
It's
It came out of left field, and it's just like...
And first of all, I don't want to experience Borderlands 2 on a small Vita. Plus, you want to experience friends, so you need people with Vitas, and it didn't sell well. So again,
They might do cross-platform play because
They might do it? Okay.
Because from what I
If they
heard,
do.
you can actually take your save from PS3 and put it on there.
if they do cross-platform, that would be nice. But also, then I'd be fear like the internet might get messed up between the Vita and the PS3 players.
Well, I mean that could do that from PS3 to PS3.
Yeah, if you had,
Yeah,
if you had a PS3,
It-
you
it-
experienced that too. So.
But
Yeah,
I
so-
feel like Vita's internet is not as good as the PS3 like connection abilities.
I don't know. Well,
I've experienced some mishaps here and there.
I don't know. Haven't really had any problems with me messing around with it, but I digress. And then you also have stuff like Mining Number 9's also coming to it. Sean
Yeah.
Fang, Happy Hero.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Vita already has been kind of its strong suit has been sort of niche Japanese games, and that's going to really, also, that market's going to get even better with different games such as Danganronpa. The new Gravity Rush might come out this year.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Uh,
This soon? I didn't think it was
yeah.
going to come out this soon.
Then you have, like, more niche Japanese games like Miku Hatsune Project F, Hyperdimensional Neptuna, and a bunch of other stuff that
It's
you
all
guys
Japanese to me.
Yeah, me, I'm into that stuff, and there's like,
Yeah, I think what it
for
needs
the
to
RPG
do though,
players and stuff, they're gonna eat this stuff up.
it needs more big games like Killzone Mercenaries. I love that game, and it was done correctly.
I completely agree.
They need more of those though to get the American audience more into it though. Like for the Japanese audience, that's perfect, but they still need those big games.
Sony really needs to put its team on some of these things, but I do think, like I mentioned before, like
One
Minecraft and the Binding of Isaac will really help bring in that American audience.
One reason that really sucks for Vita though is that Sony Bend is now working on the order for PS4 instead of working on Vita games because they were the big PSP sellers over there. So now it's like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I really agree with you. I think it's a really good prediction.
I agree with Peter too, and I think that the PS4 and like a lot of stuff I heard that they could cross between those two systems is actually gonna help it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I feel
that was gonna be my next point. The whole crossplay, that's gonna really help it with the PS4 getting more games and more crossplay. I mean, a few weeks ago, Hideo Kojima was showing a bunch of screenshots on a bunch of pictures on his Twitter of him testing out the crossplay with the new Metal Gear Solid games, and just with you see someone like Hideo Kojima really big upping that, that gets me excited. And just I've heard, as long as you have a good internet connection, you can play these games pretty well.
I also feel like with indie developers coming out a lot, I've been away from gaming for a while, but every time I play an indie game, I always feel like this would feel great to play on handheld.
Yeah.
And I feel like indie developers are going to start thriving on handhelds nowadays. And it's probably going to be easy, kind of like how apps for phones, it's easy to just give free games on handheld systems. And it's going to be so easy to pick up indie games through that. And I feel like the Vita will have an edge on indie developing.
Yeah.
And its only competition is Nintendo. And Nintendo is probably never going to get into that because Nintendo actual console is so far removed from online
Nintendo's
play.
not so much for helping out with indie developers.
Its main competition is iPhone. Because that's becoming more of a gaming device every single day.
But I heard that the 3DS actually tripled its sales this year.
3DS had a really good
3DS, it had a great year.
Really.
That's the only thing Nintendo's done right this year.
But the thing with indie developers aren't going to go to 3DS because while Nintendo they can move 3DSs because they're cheap, kids love them. It has pretty good games for it. But the thing is, anything outside its main party games, they don't sell very well. Mario games, all that stuff. Maybe stuff like Fire Emblem's Nintendo, whatever, but maybe like Atlas games.
Fire Emblem's a shit, man.
Like the different Persona games or Shin Megami Tensei's, those will sell pretty decent, but anything other than that tends to sell pretty badly. But on Vita, the developers of Hotline Miami, they said that they sold the most on Vita.
Wow.
When they put it out.
I think it would be the best used as handheld for that game anyways.
Well,
I disagree, but I love it. I think it plays best on computer. I beat it on everything it's been on, but it's still really good on Vita.
Well, I was comparing it to the PS3.
Oh.
That's what I've always felt about Nintendo, their projects in general. They sell their systems based off of their IPs, and that's it, and nothing else. You have your Mario's, Zeldas, and Donkey Kong, and they'll sell that, but then it's like things in between don't matter. And when they do release their originals, they're so big and so great, but they come every 5 years.
Well, actually, you and me were talking about this the other day, that I think they mismanaged their mid-level IPs.
Yeah.
One of my favorite series of all time is Metroid. I especially love Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime, the series that they had, the first two for GameCube, last one for Wii. Then they made Metroid Other M.
That was a great game.
Complete and total
Game of the year of all
horrible,
time.
horrible.
I'm trying to get people to play. These are horrible people.
But and another thing is, for a long time, the last side-scrolling Metroid game was Metroid Fusion back in 2002. Masterpiece. That was a great game, amazing game. And they had a rumor going around they're going to make another game in the same style. I think it was like Metroid Dread or something. And that's never come about. I think they teased it at the Metroid Prime 3. Never came. You have this system that is selling extremely well in the 3DS. They'd be perfect for this, but no, they just continue to diss the series, and it's I think it sucks. I think that's gonna come back.
They need to put out another Mario.
Oh well, of course, yeah, they have to. Yeah.
Do you know what series gets dissed constantly by Nintendo? Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong always gets shit on
come back
Nintendo.
out.
It has come
No,
back. Yeah.
but okay. So Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is gonna come out this year.
Well, they had Country Returns.
Yeah, they had Dungeon Returns. They're gonna have Tropical Freeze this year. How many commercials have you really seen for that?
That's true.
Like two.
You know what?
You haven't seen jack shit for that.
No, you know what gets disrespected even more? Star Fox. They haven't had a legitimate Star Fox entry since 64.
3DS. They had 3DS. They had a 3DS going.
No, that's a
out.
re-release. I think that's the
But
same
still,
game.
it's still like Star
No, but
Fox.
that's not a new release. You
Yes.
ported an old ass game to 3DS. That's not a
Yeah,
new
They
release.
updated the graphics and everything like that.
Yeah, but they haven't had a legitimate Star Fox actual game since N64.
Yeah.
And that's shameful.
Three
even
console generations away.
even
F-Zero hasn't had one
Yeah.
since the beginning of the GameCube cycle.
I mean,
I know people have been fiending
Yeah.
for some F-Zero.
Yeah.
you could have built on the Star Fox adventures you had, even if that.
And
didn't
you know
get the
what's even
best
more
critical
upsetting?
acclaim.
They have all these players in their Super Smash Brothers games to remind you these still exist, but they don't even make games.
Yeah.
It's like Ice Climbers. Now, I don't care, But Ice Climbers has been, floating around and like, yeah, these players still exist, but we don't care.
Hey, where's my Rob accessory for the Wii U? Come on, guys, get to it, Nintendo.
Or I was telling him, Pikmin completely jumped a console generation. They had 2 GameCubes, now it's on Wii U, and there was never one.
They
on
never
the
had a
Wii.
Wii release.
No.
Nah, see, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's just disrespect.
It's Collins now. Third.
Okay.
Third.
Well, I'm
Bring it
actually...
on. Bring it
They
on.
did Luigi's Mansion dirty.
Dean, I'm going to call an audible on this one. I'm changing the third one to Dragon Age 3. About Dragon Age 3, this goes to...
You just have to announce it.
I'm calling an audible on this one.
Omaha,
We're talking about recording this and making sure we have this for the end of the year. So I figured, just make sure we knew this. This is basically in the vein of what Brian was talking about with Amazing Spider-Man 2. This is a hope for me as kind of a fanboyish thing. I'm going to say that a Dragon Age 3 kind of restores the reputation to some degree.
It better
of
fucking
BioWare.
restore that.
Because as everyone undoubtedly knows, there was a big controversy about Mass Effect 3. There has been on Dragon Age 2, yes. And so just the writing, the everything that goes on from this formerly great studio who released like classic games, some of the best RPGs on consoles that we've seen.
The original Knights of the Old
Knights of the Old
Republic.
Republic, even
Jade Empire was
Baldur's
great.
Gate, and the original Mass Effect. And they've been going to shit basically ever since they got bought by EA.
Also, the doctors left.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the founders left. Well, I mean, maybe that was something that had to happen because they were around for some of these missteps, and maybe they felt like their time had passed. So, from what I've seen, and actually, I started changing my mind on this. I assumed this was kind of going to be like another iffy game, but
I saw some gameplay.
yeah,
Oh my!
I have seen it, and actually, when Dean said like he was actually optimistic for it, I was like, really? And so
It looks so good.
I watched some of the gameplay, and it really does. From what I saw, it looks like they're really kind of aping Skyrim almost. But I mean, that's not a bad thing.
Well, that and they distanced themselves from Dragon Age 2. They admitted
Yeah.
that they were wrong about the game.
Exactly.
They hurried Dragon Age 2. That's what pissed me.
But I mean, they admitted to
Yeah.
it, which is actually a
Yeah.
step because they didn't want to admit that the end of Mass Effect 3 was bad.
Yeah. Well, and that's a big step for the studio. It shows that they might be changing their PR approach at least.
Well, that and
Dragon Age better be good.
all,
Yeah.
and all the gameplay they have best of both worlds. They have
It's like Miley
you can
Cyrus.
attack. You have hack and slash for people that want to do that. They have tactics.
Yeah.
You can.
And tactics on all consoles this time too, instead of just
and they
PC.
have, it's Frostbite 3, so there's destructible environments.
Yeah.
battlefields.
So I mean, it's
Andrew's excited.
Andrew's more excited than I am for
I
this.
love Dragon
Yeah.
Age 1. Dragon Age 1 was like my favorite game, and
I-
Dragon Age 2 I waited in
Yeah.
line for that guy ugh!
You're not telling me, bro.
I-
Disappointing.
Mad, bro.
I,
Mad.
I'm salty, bro.
I mean, one of the best experiences I had was Mass Effect. That's one of the first Mass Effect is one of my favorite games ever. And if they could bring back that magic that they had,
It
I
wasn't
would
too
be-
good.
Two was good,
Yeah.
but it kind of lost some
Well, and
of
that's
one.
the problem was you could see them slipping into a more there was less
Action focused
RPG and it was it felt like Gears of War.
3 was still. I mean,
there were bright spots but not many.
Yeah.
It's so sad. But I mean, so that's
looked good.
my hope is that
Pick your color.
that they will make a comeback and return to their position as a top tier developer.
I have collector's editions of Mass Effect 2 and 3 too.
It's
Hold
okay,
up.
Andrew. Tell us a prediction.
Was that a prediction or?
Yes, my prediction.
That was a hope.
My,
That was, he didn't have
No,
he
no,
didn't have any.
His
That wasn't
prediction-
substantiated
His
at all.
prediction is that
Yes.
Dragon Age 3 will come out and
Yeah.
restore
From
BioWare's
what I have
reputation.
seen, from what I have seen,
Did you see a 2-minute game clip? And
No,
you were like,
no,
Yeah,
they had
man.
like a 15, like
half an
a
hour.
half
yeah.
hour.
More like a
Okay.
half an hour. Yeah.
And
You
it just
feel
looked
about,
great.
Aliens.
No, that's true.
Cloning
Yeah.
raids.
No,
That was.
that is another prediction I want to make that Alien Isolation will
it's
be
3.
better than
No,
Aliens.
disregard that.
you can't-
Use a home. Use a home.
But on that
Disregard it.
point,
Yeah.
Is that your audible?
Aliens Isolation
went back to that
does
play?
look good,
I
but
lateraled.
But it looks like Outlast.
Sounds
Have
like
you ever
Roger
heard of
Beecham.
Outlast?
That's
I have
illegal.
not.
Yeah.
You have no weapon. All you do is, like, if you see the alien, just
I
run
thought
away
you-
and
yeah, I
hide.
thought
Nope,
I
there's
had
no
that
weapon. You
some
only
form
have
of
the
weapon.
heartbeat sensor.
Oh.
It's
the
like the new.
stupidest shit I've
it's
heard
the-
in my
it's
life.
the
That's the
new-
whole game?
It's a horror game.
It's the new
Yeah.
horror horror survival
If you
genre.
have a
You
gun,
don't
it's
have.
not
It's,
scary.
like Amnesia.
It's no.
It's like Outlast.
You should have limited ammo in your gun. Like
No,
you should be
have you
able
ever
to
played
conserve.
Amnesia or Outlast?
It's,
Yeah.
it's
That's
hide and
how they
seek.
are.
It's hide and
I
seek.
like that because it's dedication to the
You
genre.
play as Ripley's daughter too.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah,
It's hide and seek basically.
and it's dedication to the
Damn
genre
straight,
and
it's scariest
the,
hide and seek you ever played.
It is.
Man,
I can't-
Rugrats had a mini
By the
game.
way, I
where
can't
hide
wait
and
for
seek.
Outlast to come out on PS4 this February. Ah!
Yeah, well, were you gonna get face fucked by an alien and Rugrats?
You never know with Angelica, man. You never know.
Okay, moving
Go
on.
ahead, Andrew.
I predict that the Steam machines won't be a complete failure, but fail to hit the select audience.
Yeah.
GameCube.
Yup.
Is that one of those indie consoles?
I think it's gonna flop.
I think
think
so.
that's fine.
I don't think it's like completely gonna flop, but majority it's gonna flop.
I think it's just basically a big oh yeah.
They have
Yeah.
14
Yeah.
different Steam machines.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They keep on coming out.
They're
Like,
ranging from $500, which is an Xbox One price, to $6,000.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
Yes.
I think the whole point of it completely defeats the purpose of it. Because someone who's going to be a computer gamer to that point,
They're gonna
they
have
would
their
just
PC.
build their own PC for
That's what they're gonna
$600
do.
and it'd be twice as good.
Yeah.
And then you have this Steam box that I
They're
can play
essentially
Steam
a
games.
computer without the computer part. They just play games.
Yeah, and many of them, the problem with that is they either you can't upgrade them at all, or they're extremely hard to upgrade.
Yeah.
Like Alienware's was like, we're not gonna stop you. It's just gonna be a pain in the ass to do it.
Yeah.
It completely defeats the purpose of it.
Like, yeah. Fanboys are gonna stick with the PC, and console fanboys are gonna stick with consoles. That's how it's gonna happen.
Yeah, many different people are making it.
Guys, Colin, if you're not a bitch, don't say anything right now.
Cricket.
Colin's a bitch.
Okay.
and also, Alienware has announced that they're gonna do releases every single year, which is stupid.
That's completely stupid. They're not gonna they're not gonna steal the console market. They're not gonna get the computer market.
They're gonna get nothing,
It's gonna be big Oyas.
pretty much. But Oya's only like $100, and Android.
Yeah,
Exactly, which makes it worse.
if you're gonna make it,
People, there's those poor saps that actually put money into the Oya.
I was thinking about buying an Oya because it went down to $60 one day. I was like, just
That's
to
still
have
worth
it,
it.
just to have it. Maybe I should buy an Oya.
That's still too much.
It'd be like so you could own a friggin' a Jaguar just to have a console that failed.
Yeah, pretty much. I want a Jaguar so bad.
Well, that's because
They
you're a
do
collector.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
They're called a Jaguar and they look pretty
Well,
good.
Colin, tell the people. say
I
something.
agree with
So people know
everything.
you're still
I
here.
agree with everything that has been said in the last minute because I was here.
Everything?
I was here. I was
Wait,
here
wait, wait.
in person to hear it.
You heard
Okay.
it. You heard it here first.
I will agree.
yeah,
I will agree.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm down
I
with
know.
that.
I am perfectly aware that my sexuality was probably called into question.
Okay, you guys ready for shit to get crazy?
Yes.
Drum roll, please.
Wait. Is this 2015 prediction?
No, this is not fun.
All right.
Kingdom Hearts 3 will not come out in 2014.
Aw.
That's a crappy.
Wait! I'm not done. Okay.
Everyone knew that.
Kingdom Hearts 3 and The Last Guardian will not come out in 2014. But they will be announced for 2015.
No,
Both of
no.
them, they will be announced in
No.
2015.
Also,
No.
They will be announced in 2015, and they both will come out.
Nope.
They both will come out.
No.
goddamn.
They both will come out.
No.
And I'll tell you why.
No.
I'll tell you why.
No. No.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is easy. Kingdom Hearts, I think it's
No, that will take 2 years to come
I
out.
don't think so.
It
They're
won't
already
come out until
developing
I
it,
don't think so.
2016.
I think they're already working on it.
It will not come out
And I
until 2016.
think given the reaction they got, they're gonna make sure
It
it's
won't
done.
come out till
They're gonna make sure it's
2016.
done late 2015.
2016.
Now, the more controversial one is The Last Guardian, which has been delayed and delayed and delayed. And how much time do you guys have? Because I can say delayed like 20
No,
times.
we're not going to say delay 20 more times.
I'm saying I could. No, I was saying I could. Okay.
First of all, they started
I
on
think-
PS3,
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
now it's coming to PS4. We
No,
have
no.
to change the whole
I
architecture
think,
of the game.
I think literally,
not gonna come out 2015.
like a year and a half ago, they got to the point where they were like, "We're not going to release this. We're not going to get it done," and they just started building it for the PS4 at that point in time. And I think they've been building it from the PS4 since that time.
Okay, but still, it
Have
won't
you
come
seen-
out for another...
have you seen the footage that they have for Kingdom Hearts 3?
I've seen
I
it.
honestly think they have more footage that they're not releasing.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm still saying, they're not going to release Kingdom Hearts that early. They're not going
What
to
do you
do
mean
it.
that's not that early? That's
They're not
2
gonna-
years from now.
He's a 1 year from now.
It'll be late. It'll
Well,
be
one-
very late.
Like,
It'll
yeah.
be
It'll
very
probably be
late.
holiday
2015.
season.
Yeah.
I know, but I
I
still
don't know
see
about that
I
because
still don't see it coming out in
when
2015.
they announced it, they were like, it's being worked on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
But
feel
look at
like
the
it's
parts-
still in
I
pretty
do
early
not see-
stages.
No, but look
I
at the
see
parts
2
that
years
they
for
showed
that.
us.
Yeah.
2 years for that.
Well, I'm saying it's gonna be like a year and
Almost 2 years.
yeah. I'm saying almost. I'm saying like a year and 10 months.
I'm just saying it won't come out till 2016 though.
Alright, well, I guess we'll see.
Well,
we're,
come
gonna,
out.
we're gonna find out.
Mark it
Dinner
down.
bet. Dinner bet.
Everything is being...
You heard it right here. Andrew Wagner's gonna take
See,
you to Red
my thing
Lobster.
is the,
Nobody
Red
will
Lobster.
remember this.
the scenes that they showed for Kingdom Hearts 3.
But
Those
they
are
were
weird.
brief.
Those are weird places to just start developing.
No, well, I think.
What do you mean? They chose places they've already been to, which makes it easier.
Yeah.
Well, they're not going to show you new worlds. I'm saying
No, they were at the Disney theme park place.
they were, and the combat.
That's not something
the
they
combat
did.
system that they showed seems pretty deep.
Yeah. When I saw the gameplay didn't look.
It seems really polished
I-
already.
It didn't look
I'm-
pre-alpha to me.
I
That's what
think-
I'm saying. It didn't look pre-alpha to me.
I
It looked
say,
pretty
actually,
polished.
that's what I was about to say. I think it is pre-alpha. I think
It
what
is
they have
pre-alpha.
I don't think
It's
so.
Well,
pre-alpha.
no, and
Have
you
you
know,
seen next generation pre-alpha?
and
It's
you know,
gorgeous.
Yeah, speaking of going back,
No,
to
I mean they already had the menu system in
Dragon-
place.
No,
They
they
had
still
the
have
they
that.
had-
The fighting system
See,
looks
but
already
all
pretty
fighting
they
system
show
looks
you
really good.
snippets.
Yeah.
It's
They show you
little
very
things.
small.
It's very easy
very-
to make these things
yeah,
better than
very
they actually
controlled
seem.
too. It's a small demo. And Dragon Age 3, the thing that I saw for Dragon Age 3 was look gorgeous. That was pre-alpha.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
don't you remember Colonial Marines?
Oh, God,
you know,
yeah.
Second time today. We don't need to be around.
Yeah.
I have the collector's edition.
Oh god.
Okay,
Andrew.
so to The Last Guardian, I think
No, I don't know about that one.
the creator, and I'm culturally insensitive, so I'm not going to try to pronounce his name. So he has been very adamant that they are still working on that game. Every time he's interviewed, he is like fully adamant, like, no, we are still working on this game. I think both will be announced probably E3 this year.
No.
E3 this year, they'll be announced for
I could
2015.
see Kingdom
You
Hearts
know-
being featured at E3, but I don't see Last Guardian at
Yeah.
all being at E3.
And you know, I think
Oh, they'll
to,
be
just,
there.
next year, 2015,
They'll
will be
be there.
to some
focused.
extent,
Oh,
that
yeah.
might be pride. I mean, him just like not wanting to admit that they might have hit a spot in development where they're stuck and they're
You know what
done.
they say,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Fuck pride.
Okay, so that's my last prediction.
Peter.
Last
and Pia,
but
the
not
last one.
least.
Loud pressure.
Half-Life 3 will not come out.
That's
That's
a
a
Damn! Damn! Shots fired here first.
And he's
No.
right, and he gets 0 points for stating a fact.
That's because it will never exist.
Yeah.
Just give up on all hope now. Your lives will go on
I want
easier.
Half-Life 3 so
Oh,
bad.
God damn
And
it.
stop
Or at
spamming
least
in
episode
comments
3.
on
Give me
everything on the
episode 3
internet
at least.
that anything with the number 3s and making a crappy Half-Life 3 joke. It's
Yeah.
not funny. Stop it.
I hate you, Gabriel.
Is that your actual announcement?
It's
Like,
gonna
is
be
that your actual prediction?
GameCube exclusive.
I was gonna say that Steam, the Steam boxes are just gonna be a complete failure, but then
Yeah.
Andrew kind of went on with they weren't gonna do good.
He didn't send me a third one.
You see, we gotta deal with this shit. Okay,
So are we on?
so we are on our one
2015.
prediction for 2015.
This is the most general, easy prediction I can.
Hold up, I saw
possibly think
Collin's phone and his predictions, and it
of.
said
Oh,
it said in 2005. It said in 2005.
at least explain
Let me
my own
finish.
thing.
It
Stop
says-
giving away my thing.
It said in 2005
Oh my-
sales will double. In 2005.
No,
That's a
actually,
prediction.
to be accurate,
Folks.
before you stole all my thunder.
Right now we're in 2004.
You stole all my thunder. Before you stole my thunder and completely ruined this.
I think Christopher Nolan's going to do an excellent job with Batman.
What I said, what I said, my actual quote, I did make a typo and I said 2005, but 2015 will be the most profitable year in video game history. I think, I mean,
You think the theater's
yes,
gonna
I do. I
I
actually
like
think
the
that,
Reading Rainbow
yeah,
stuff.
because it's such a general kind of one of those things that people say
imagination?
to make a splash. But I think that, yeah, I mean, you see, it seems like almost every year a game comes out that it breaks the sales record.
Yeah.
I think video games are just one of the most profitable areas of
But you know
art
what?
that-
It might actually be hard to do because gaming, believe it or not, from what I've been noticing, is actually not getting cheaper in history, but cheaper than it was last console generation. Last console generation would kick my ass in sales, and that's kind of why I gave up on gaming for a bit because
My
it
ass.
kicked my ass, and now the consoles are actually cheaper,
Yeah.
and there's so many indie games coming out and
That's the
downloadable
thing.
content
That's
that I think
cheaper.
it might actually be cheaper.
You make
Yeah.
more money through more smaller
Yeah.
transactions.
So I think that'll be the thing. More people will buy it because it's cheaper, and therefore you'll have bigger revenue.
I think will continue to fund or further the sales in gaming is that when we were younger, gaming was a thing for kids. Dude, they're like 30-year-old guys now.
Yeah.
Gaming,
50-year-old guys
gaming,
now.
okay, gaming all the time, and it's no longer a taboo thing for like a grown man to be playing video games.
Yeah.
Sony
Like it was.
Sony kind of helped change
In
Like,
that.
fact,
I
it's the average.
Yeah, it's acted as average. There's more 20 and 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds buying video games than ever before, and I think that's why gaming will continue to increase because it's no longer a toy.
Yeah.
Games like Last of Us and very mature games are coming out.
You know what might actually hold back sales?
Serious games for
Nintendo might actually hold back sales.
No, because nobody's worried about
I think
Nintendo.
actually,
Nobody gives a
See,
fuck
but
about it
they
anymore.
get the other end
Yeah,
of the
they
market.
get
They get
yeah.
the little kids.
They
Or
get-
the-
Who's buying Wii U's? 40-year-old man's not buying a
Yeah,
Wii
but
U.
Wii U has not
Forrest
sold
Kitty
well.
is.
No, but the Wii
Forrest
did.
Kitty
Yeah.
is.
No,
Yeah,
but we're
that's what
talking
I mean.
about
He's buying
oncoming
it
into the
for
next
himself.
year.
They'll buy 3DSs. 3DSs will continue to
They
sell
might,
their
and that's what I'm
kids.
saying. Is they might hold
And
it
what about
back,
the 2
but
DSs?
Yeah,
Big
Wii U,
thing.
Wii U is still gonna sell decently. Like at worst,
Yeah.
Nintendo's gonna take a small hit.
Because when you put up that graph, I was surprised how little Wii U has sold.
I'm okay. As long as parents will have to travel long distances with children,
yeah, right.
portable devices
Yeah.
will continue to sell to kids. And 3DS and 2DS or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck they want to label it.
Oh, there's
it's
a
gonna
real
sell.
there's a 2DS.
It's like a flat slate. It has 2 screens on it.
That's
and-
fucking
Guys,
stupid.
just wait till 2DS XL.
Oh, it's a
So
We already
that's
have that.
stupid. Why they call it 2DS when we've always been watching
it's now
gaming
2D.
in 2?
Because
Oh, one.
the 3DS was about 3D, and then they took it out for the
Yeah,
2DS.
It's like-
it's fucking sucks.
it's
just
cheaper now.
stupid.
Is a 4DS XL gonna be a laptop?
It'll be, you can time travel.
I'm sure Carl Sagan will enjoy the 4DS.
You can smell, and my prediction smells like onions.
Um,
He's a plumber who's always going on adventures. He probably smells like shit.
actually,
He
another-
is in sewers a lot. Isn't he?
Yeah.
He rides a
never-
lizard.
he's like
He
never-
rides a lizard.
He's like never been in a sewer.
What are you talking
you
about?
could say the
those little tube things. What the hell do you think those are?
I don't know. They usually lead to caves and stuff.
That's true.
That's
They
true.
do leave
That's
the
how
case.
that's how their sewer system. They don't have as good of a sewer system we do. D.
Of course.
It happened in the
You never been to
1400s.
Italy?
Maybe you should do some goddamn research when you come on this podcast, D.
They can just
How
pour-
intolerant.
It's perfect. I'm the
Wow.
Italian one here.
You think Mexico has a sewer system like that? They wish they had a sewer system like Mario.
Mexico doesn't have caves. Sorry, Mexico.
Oh God! Sorry to all our Mexican listeners. We lost them now.
Actually,
Okay.
another. I'm not sure if it is right now, but I think that if it's not, then video games will become the most highest grossing. What is it? Entertainment. Medium.
You think they'll pass film?
Because
You'll
yes,
think it'll pass
actually,
porn?
and
Well,
already ever since like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I think those games that have released have been the highest grossing individual entertainment properties for the year. They make more money. So I think, I'm not sure if as an industry if it is, but I think by 2015
Well, also, if
I
you
think
compare
it
like
will
a ticket for a movie compared to a game,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like 6 times the
60,
amount.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that one. That's gonna be really hard to accomplish.
Yeah. I agree.
You see movies like the freaking Hercules movie that just came out that got god awful reviews. I'm still probably surpassed its budget already.
Well, there's people that go to every movie,
yeah.
Oh, like me.
which is
Yeah.
stupid. You spend like $1,500 on movies of the year, whatever.
I only go to superhero movies. Like that's the only movies that I like. If they're bad, I'll still have to go see. I'll still go see Amazing Spider-Man 2. I'll still go see it.
For some reason, Andrew.
My turn.
Yeah, your 2015 prediction.
I predict that 2015 will see the first true next-gen games.
You got to clap for that shit.
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
You have to,
Cricket,
yeah.
cricket.
You have to elaborate. No, I know what he means, but good.
This year, we're seeing a lot of next-gen games, but they won't be the most next-gen.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
They-
basically
most of
forced-
them will still have a next or a previous gen like port for
like
it.
Assassin's Creed.
And because Assassin's Creed was a little bit held back. Like, you could have better graphics, could
Yeah.
add more stuff, but since we had to make it accessible for the last gen, it's not truly next gen.
Well, that
So
and, you see how like at the very beginning of PS3, there's a lot of very iffy games.
Yeah.
It takes
That's
a
why
couple years
People,
to take off.
more developers are going to take time to learn how to use the technology, and
Yeah.
they'll be able to implement it better in the future. No, I agree with you.
So like, I guess like, what is it? The Division.
The
Stuff
Vision,
like
that's coming out next year.
Actually, I think that's another trend.
That looks
is
really
like,
good.
is like for next gen is that there's kind of integrating single player and multiplayer together and
Yeah.
making a single thing.
Titanfall's doing it.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that's
it's
kind of
really good.
that's probably the new next horizon of video gaming is that there's
I actually don't
there's
appreciate that though.
Watch Dogs does it
No.
too. You can
In
drop
fact-
in instantly.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like how Dark Souls is. Like,
Yeah.
You just drop into someone's game and steal their.
That's always cool as a feature,
Yeah.
but I don't want it to replace
Yeah.
I've
single
actually.
player
I
experiences.
agree.
Like
I've
the Last of Us, like it's so amazing.
I think it's a good option for
Yeah.
people to have. If you're a developer and you want to take it in that direction, I like that. But
As
I
long
think
as it doesn't
obviously
become-
I feel like if
The
you
center
split
of
it
the
though,
game.
you
Yeah.
can't focus on one or the
I
other too
agree.
much,
Yeah,
and
I
then you
agree.
get kind of the middle ground.
Yeah.
I've
I agree
actually
with
discussed this with a few people before, and like, I feel like some games that come out nowadays get held back by people saying, "Man, this game was great, but we need a multiplayer option."
yeah.
Because with
Very
online,
true.
we need a multiplayer, and it's like you don't.
I mean,
You
Like
don't-
games
it's-
like God of War don't have it, and they sell out
Well,
the
yeah,
added
ads.
it now, they added it now.
Yeah.
Multiplayer.
And that was the worst one you said.
It was the worst one.
I feel like people always feel like we need to have multiplayer, and you don't always, especially with a story-driven game, you don't need
Yeah.
Yep.
that. And I feel like that
The
holds
Last
back.
of Us, I didn't need a
Yeah.
multiplayer that.
But it turned out to be good.
The
It turned out to be
multiplayer
really
is
good.
actually good.
which is actually really
But
crazy.
that was
Dead Space.
that was an exception though.
That was
Yeah,
an
it was a
exception.
very weird
Did Dead Space
exception.
fuck it up too?
Dead Space,
Tomb
Dead
Raider.
Space 2
Resident Evil. I mean co-op, but I
Well,
mean,
Tomb Raider.
it's still
The
same
new
thing.
Tomb Raider has the multiplayer,
and the multiplayer sucks. It's like there's no point to it.
How was the multiplayer on Max Payne 3?
I never played it.
It's decent. It's not anything special.
Yeah, I
Again,
think
that's a
it
game
was
that I'm just
See,
like. I'm
I
not
feel
playing
like
this,
when a lot of game developers, that's the last thing they do, and they're like, "Hey, we need this."
Yeah.
Well, that's when story driven is usually the last thing. They're like, well, to sell, we need to
'Cause
put
in
a
theory,
multiplayer thing on
They
there.
always think, "Hey, I want to play this game with my friend," so that's 2 copies sold more than just
Yeah.
one.
Arkham Origins,
Yeah.
and we know that shit sucks.
That does.
I didn't even.
But don't you want to play the same game again?
No, we're talking about the multiplayer. That multiplayer
yeah.
sucked.
Oh no!
So-
Overall, the game's not bad.
Did
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum not have it? I
No,
don't
there was no
remember.
multiplayer until
I
Origins.
never even considered it, so I don't remember.
Origins, the multiplayer sucked.
What was I gonna say? No, Origins overall was a pretty good game.
I still need to beat that.
Yeah, I've played some of it. It's not.
Yeah, I mean,
It doesn't interest me.
it gets better later in the game. I played the beginning, and I was just like, wow, this is shit. And then
I think what a big part was, a lot of people that I've talked to said the trailers and all that stuff they showed was misleading.
yes,
It was very
It definitely
misleading.
was.
I'll tell you,
Spoiler
the
alert.
Joker is the main character of the main villain
Yeah.
of the game.
A lot
Also,
of people have told me too, like, you thought you were going to be doing what Batman did in Batman Begins.
Yes. Okay, it's Arkham Origins. The term Origins lets you think that you're gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm gonna, and they
Wait,
had
they had the
yeah, they had the
DLC.
DLC.
They had the
Where
DLC.
they had the DLC where you trained
God,
with
that's
Ra's al
right.
Ghul, and it was like you could have put this
In the
as
game.
the tutorial in the beginning of the fucking game,
You know what?
and it's easy to explain and it makes sense. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, why is Batman trying to learn how to use his own fucking gadgets? Because he's not Batman yet. That makes sense, right? That's just easy to put in the game. But
It doesn't make sense that Origin starts 2 years after his whole career already started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
It's really stupid.
Plus for Collin's prediction for 2015, I forgot about DLC. That will boost sales because DLC is already highway robbery.
I'm tired of that shit.
It is
Yeah.
highway robbery.
They need to learn what microtransactions mean.
I hate on-disc DLC. That
But
pisses me
Dean,
off.
don't you want to pay $500 for gold armor?
Oh god, I don't know if I told you guys about that. MechWarrior Online has you can buy a golden Clan Tech mech, which is their like super premium. They're the best mech in the game, and it's gold. It costs $500.
Like,
Have you
real
seen-
money.
Real
Have
money.
you seen any yet in the game?
They're not out yet. They don't release it.
Wow.
Until, I think,
When they release, you have to do a piece on that. You have to let us know because if I really saw somebody in a mech like that shit,
there's friendly fire.
I lose my mind.
There's friendly fire. We talked about this. I've talked to people in MechWarrior Online. No, if you buy a $500 Clan Tech mech, we will destroy you as soon as the match starts.
$500, you could start to build your own fucking.
That Russian oil baron son won't
Alright,
be happy
alright,
after this.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Get back to my prediction because we know this is what people come for.
Of course.
No one came
They
for
came
you.
Ryan
That's why I
Barry.
came. That's why I
Or
came.
no
to
one
it.
came
Yes,
because
thank
of
you.
you. But
A lot of people coming.
Brian was like, "Hey, you want to come?" And I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "But I'm about to make predictions." I was like, "Word."
Yeah,
I came.
okay.
Predictions.
I predict that I will have the best prediction for 2015. And
Okay, these fake predictions suck. Please stop that.
PS4 and Sony in general will destroy Xbox One in sales in 2015.
Destroy.
I mean destroy, like murder. And I will tell you why.
I don't agree.
The reason Xbox One has the sales now is PS4 is focusing more on the gamer. Xbox One has the entertainment aspect, and they do that very well. Me and Andrew have messed around with the Xbox One. Watching TV and like snapping it in is really cool. It actually is. I think Sony will build on that. I think Sony will get more entertainment programs. They just locked in a deal with HBO Go. I think they're going to get...
Xbox already had that.
Yeah, they did. That's what I'm saying. PS4 is definitely catching up, and I think they're going to continue. I think they're going to get a TV deal, which Xbox already have. I think in the future, Sony's going to build up that entertainment aspect.
Sony also has Crackle, which they've been building up more.
So if you have a choice between... If they both are equal in entertainment, then you go with Sony for games. I'll continue. I think by 2015, PlayStation Now will be up and fully functional. And if PlayStation Now becomes a full-service like device where you can go back and you can play any title in the past, well, go ahead and raise your hand, Andrew, because...
It would be a subscription base that you have to pay like $15 a month. Plus, or you can do it as a rental. You can rent the game out.
If you can rent any game,
but
the $15 is worth it. The $15 is worth it.
Go to my PlayStation 2 and put a game in.
No, but I'm saying if you missed out on that, Colin didn't play the Uncharted games. But Colin didn't play Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3. He didn't have a PS3. Boom, he just gets 2 great games, and let's say he rents them. He got his money worth right there.
Depends how much you have to pay for the rent.
They just announced if it's anything less, if it's $15 a month, which I think is probably the max they'll charge, it's worth it.
Yeah, because then
it's worth it. Yeah,
well, you have to pay $15 a month plus the $50 a month.
And these are older games where you usually pay more to find them.
See, but we're in a world where you have stuff like Netflix, Hulu Go, GameFly.
But
people
who
are
actually
used
pays
to
for
adding that
Netflix?
stuff.
You have like one person pay for Netflix, and everyone just joins on.
Yes,
that's all you do.
That's match. Okay. We've talked about the PS Vita. I think the PS Vita will continue to increase. Like, it'll continue to get better. They're coming out with the PS Vita Slim very soon.
I don't like it.
I mean,
I don't think it's as big a deal. I like the fact that it has a... Well, I don't know if the American version... It's already come out in Japan. It has 1 gig on storage.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
I don't like the
nice.
Plastic. I don't like the screen. I don't know.
I think it'll have great sale numbers. I think...
People like...
Man, I could use
Also comes in all those colors.
Come on, guys.
That pink looks nice.
I think it's going to have better games coming out. We've talked about this. I think remote play is going to become... Honestly, I think it's going to be good. Like, it's going to be really good.
It needs to improve.
I think internet's going to continue to improve in general. Like, people are... In 2015, 2016, people are going to stop having shoddy internet. And so people will have better internet overall. So, obviously, like, remote play and shit like that, it's going to be better.
I say what remote play needs to do.
Crossplay will continue to expand, especially with indie games. Go ahead. I mean, this is my prediction. But if you want to get in,
I'm trying to talk about your remote play right now.
Go ahead, go to remote play.
I'm just saying, remote play, for it to be successful, has to expand. Like you said, internet has to become better. I think it will. But also, it's not just the internet. If your internet's good, I can go downstairs in my basement where my internet's the best. And my PS3 be upstairs on the 3rd floor where I get really good internet reception already. But just because of the distance between the PS4 and the Vita itself makes it shitty.
No,
it's the distance between the PS4 and the Vita.
No. I understand.
Once you break
the
that
distance.
band, then that sucks.
We're talking about 2 years from now.
I know.
And we've already seen technology take leaps and bounds. I think it's going to get better. I think it's going to be easier to travel and play games off of your PS4 as you go forward. That's what I'm saying.
Right now, there's no 3G remote play.
Just give him time. We're talking about 2015 here.
Talking about it.
Okay. I'm just saying.
Plus.
Just saying.
In 2015... Uncharted 4 is probably going to come out.
Yeah.
And when Uncharted 4 comes out, all bets are off, motherfucker. Like, it becomes a thing.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier with you saying that 2014 will have more Xbox exclusives.
I also said this gen / this gen.
Yeah. You said this gen overall?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I
didn't hear that. I didn't hear that, because I think in 2015, all those PlayStation exclusives... All those companies who aren't coming out with anything.
God of War, Little Big Planet.
I think they're all gonna come out, and it's gonna be. I
honestly think that PlayStation is like Trojan horsing right now.
I don't know.
They're gonna come out the gate when they do. You're like, God damn! I know they had all this shit.
Yeah, I think they're gonna come out and surprise you with a lot of things.
They've been consistently great for the past 2 generations with.
On top of that, they already have a PS Vita, PS4 bundle in the UK. I think they're gonna bring it to the rest of the world. I think they're going to bring it to North America. I think they're going to bring it to Japan. And if you can buy the PS Vita and the PS4 at a decent price, and PlayStation's good at that, you're going to buy it.
Yeah,
I
also
buy.
goes with- that
I
also-
buy.
Yeah, that also goes.
The
to
European
Peter's
one
thing.
actually isn't a deal. It's the
Yeah,
same
but
price
it's
of
not
buying
that
a Vita and a PS4 separately.
Well, that fucking
That
sucks.
was pretty dumb of them.
They're like, oh, we just put it in a box for you.
I think
but
if they
America- but I
if they
think
come in with
America-
America, they'll
With
drop that
the
price.
business acumen of America, they'll do that.
I think
They'll drop
that
the price when the price is ready to drop, which won't be
See,
for
but
another
the-
like 2
We're
years.
talking about 2015. That's 2 years
Yeah.
from now.
There's something I want to bring up. We've been talking about the Vita and the different bundles and all this and that, but one thing we forgot to mention is the Vita TV,
Oh yeah.
which has come out in Japan.
They always say it's shoddy though. It's a nice device, but it has its mishapses.
Yeah, it kind of upscales some of the games, but so Sony is always messing around with their formulas. So it'll be interesting to see if it comes to US. I'm not sure how well it would do in the
I
US.
feel like they should just throw that away and include Vita games into PlayStation Now.
Yeah. So to overall wrap up my prediction, I think Xbox One will beat out the PlayStation 4 in sales in 2014.
You
Okay.
said destroy.
No.
You said
Okay, no.
destroy.
I think Xbox One is going to outsell PS4 in 2014. Like, I agree with you.
Xbox One will outsell.
Xbox One, you see, this way.
But they're already losing.
I didn't agree to Xbox. I said PS4 is going to dominate.
I thought you said in 2014 Xbox One was going to.
No.
You said they were going to have more exclusives. You talked about
I
the
said
Halo
more
game that came
exclusives.
out.
I
You talked
said-
about the Halo game that came out.
I said they're going to have more exclusives. I said PS4 will dominate as the dominant console.
Okay, I disagree with that.
It's
in
two different
2014.
things.
In 2014, I think that Xbox One is going to sell more than PS4.
I don't think they can.
They're
they can
already
catch
losing
them.
by 1 million.
No, but give it to the end of the year. It's like give it to the end of the year. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying. We're talking.
But you gotta,
I
you gotta
don't think it'll
factor in-
catch up like
Yeah,
that.
but
I don't think it will
on.
catch up.
You gotta factor in people like me, Collin,
Oh, no,
Peter,
okay.
Dean, you who don't have PS4s yet.
Damn,
Okay,
that's
no.
5 people.
No. Okay, we're talking about Halo's going to come out. Gears might come out. We don't
Gears
even
probably
know.
not gonna
We
come
don't
out.
even. We don't even know what else Xbox has.
Plus, Xbox.
Isn't there supposed to be a Mass Effect in the works? I don't know.
There is
I don't
a
know how
Mass
far
Effect.
along
That's
that
not-
is.
That's going to be
It's
multiplayer.
gonna
That
all
come
that
out.
long.
Okay, but either way, what I'm saying is, I think Xbox One is doing well right now, and I think they might pass PS4
And Microsoft.
in 2014. And I think once 2015 comes around, PS4 is going to come out the woodwork like some crazy shit.
How many people you know don't have PS4s yet, but have stated, "I can't wait till I get my PS4."
That's just me. That's a very small market. I'm sure there Andrew
No,
knows people.
there's
I'm sure
a lot of
Andrew knows
people.
people who are going to get Xbox Ones.
But
I know a couple
more,
people who
I've
are going to
talked-
get Xbox Ones. I've talked to a lot of people, including Andrew, who really like the Xbox One and actually say that the Xbox One feels more next gen at this point than the PS4 does.
From what
because,
I've seen in real
because
life,
of the entertainment
and
aspect.
on the internet, online, what people are going for is PS4.
There's a lot of fanboys. Because I'm
There
gonna
is
be honest.
a
But that's all that matters.
If you have to choose,
Yeah.
if you have to choose right now, which is a better console, I'm not even talking about the entire console generation. If you have to choose right now, which is a better console, the Xbox One wins.
I'd pick Xbox One.
Xbox One wins right now.
But
They have
it's like- we're like 2
Titanfall.
months
They have
into
Dead.
I
No.
know-
But I'm
I-
saying a lot of people are going to look
Like
at
four,
a lot of people are going to
three.
look at what's going on right now, and they're not going to think
You know
about the
what?
entire console generation,
No,
and
but you
they're
know
going to get
I think-
Xbox Ones.
I think the
disagree.
people who've already bought the consoles are those people. I think the people who've held out on it, like me and some others, are
All
the
of
ones
us in
who
this
go
room,
and
yeah.
see. You know, they've realized there's not much right now, but they know in the future they already know which way they're going to swing.
And then Titanfall came out, and then everyone was
But
like,
you know
"Oh
what?
shit,
Let me
Titanfall!"
say
And
But you
people
know
got
what?
Xbox
Say
One.
this.
But you know what? I will say this. It kind of sucks for Xbox, but people might be fanboys, but to me that's all that really counts at the end of purchasing a console. They're still not forgiving Xbox for the dumb shit they did in the beginning. Even though they might have fixed
I
some of that,
think-
they
I will
still
also
have
say
so
though
much
that
bad
right
rep.
here, right now, there's fanboys on both sides. There's just PS3 fanboys. There's PS.
Yeah, dude.
there's
You guys
Xbox
act like there's
fanboys
not
too.
Xbox fans.
And
PC
then
man.
also
Yeah,
another
but
thing,
there's
there's
not a-
23.5 million Xbox fanboys in America,
Yeah.
and there's 13 million
I also.
PS4
I
fanboys
also
in
think.
America.
I also think that
Sorry,
Microsoft.
Andrew.
I actually think
But
that
they're a mill
Microsoft.
behind though.
I think Microsoft has done a better job of marketing to the mainstream.
Hey, it is
middle
the
of
it is the console of the Super Bowl.
That's the kind of stuff because they're
Overall,
marketing.
who's marketed better?
Xbox.
I think Xbox.
Xbox has done a better.
When I watch, I don't even have cable, but when I watch TV, I see PlayStation commercials at the
Oh
ass.
no, God.
I know, yeah, I
Xbox
see-
One is the official
yeah.
console of the NFL,
FIFA,
NBA.
FIFA.
They have FIFA. They went for sports titles,
yeah.
which is always a big seller.
That's because-
And people, they're going to go for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They're going to
Yeah.
continue to get exclusive Call of Duty content.
Just because
first.
they have they're willing to throw money at their
Yeah.
product.
Yes.
You honestly think with a
Sony's
million
always
consoles
been horrible
behind,
at marketing.
with
That's
a
all
million
it-
consoles
they've always been bad at
behind,
that.
that in this year, off of Titanfall alone,
No. Okay, if you
they're going to surpass, but then they're going to lose again?
Because the PS4 outsold, when they first started selling, they came out in 2013, and they had a lot of good copies go right there. So if you take, by the end of the year is what I'm saying, if you take 2014...
Fine, they were only a week apart.
No. If you take 2014 as an independent year, and you just look at the sales in 2014...
No, you're not counting the
Not counting the sales in 2013... I think Xbox One is going to sell more than PS4.
I disagree.
They have the entertainment aspect.
That,
What does PS4
now
have
that-
coming out this year?
Now that you actually phrase it like that, I could see that.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, what actually is coming out this year that's going to really sell PS4s?
Infamous
Infamous is not going to really sell PS4s.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. Because there are a lot of people I know who
The
don't
Order,
like Infamous.
not really going to sell PS4s.
And the Order, we don't know enough yet.
Yeah.
We haven't
Deep
seen
down,
enough
not
of the
going
Order.
to sell PS4s.
And you don't
Those
deep
are
down
the
sure
only
as
three
hell.
exclusives that are guaranteed to come out this year.
If you see the people who have been at the Xbox press conferences, who have been supporting their titles on Xbox, it's the people who sell the most titles, which are Call of Duty,
Yes.
and Madden, NFL, FIFA.
And
They're-
did we-
they're-
and
I
did we
was going to
forget-
bring that up because I think, this year, because, there isn't very much coming out. So I don't think, since both sides, they don't really have much, there's not enough to really sway people.
Xbox
so
has...
people are going to be buying these consoles for Call of Duty Ghosts, the new Madden, the average consumer.
And
these average consumers,
Those
they're
a-
going to go for the budget conscious, extremely
you.
popular, their friends have it.
No.
It's
Ryan,
$100 less. They can play Ghost.
Okay.
They can
Or
play
they
Madden.
go
Can I
for
tell you
the-
why?
They can
No,
watch
time.
They can watch Netflix on it.
Can I tell you why I
they can do all
disagree
that
with you?
shit.
Being able to watch television and snap it while you're playing video games, that may seem very minuscule.
It's stupid, in my opinion.
No. That shit matters.
What if there's a
It's
game
so-
on?
it's
Like,
so-
It's so
what
good.
is a
No,
football
that
game
makes
on,
any
and
sports
you want to
title,
play football?
any sports fan would love to have
Yeah.
some sport in the
First off,
corner while you play.
okay,
Who buys Madden, NBA? And we're all
Most
forgetting.
sports fans...
Do you think the average consumer cares about that enough, or knows about it, or is going to think about it
I
that
think
far?
it-
It's
Yes.
one of their lead
Yes.
marketing things.
Oh yeah, that's what Xbox focused
It's
on.
shiny and
right-
new.
right now, I
you
was-
think some dude's going to be watching Madden or whatever, watch the commercial, be like, "Yo, nigga, did you see that snap? I could be,
Yes.
I could be
Yes.
playing Rise."
Yes,
It's-
you can
it's-
talk. You
it-
can talk
it's-
using Skype
Yeah.
to someone that you're playing. And if I'm beating Andrew, I want to see the video of his face
Okay,
as I'm
Brian.
kicking his ass in
It's,
Madden.
it's shiny
Everyone
and
wants to
new.
see that.
It's
Brian.
shiny and new.
Brian,
But you're not the average consumer.
Brian, Andrew, and Collin, you three watch sports as well as we're all passionate about sports. When we watch sports, we do nothing but watch sports. There's no
I know, but-
diversion.
but-
I'm not going to be playing no video
If I could
game.
do both, I would do both.
No, you
I-
won't.
Right now,
Somebody's not
I would
going
do
to pay
both, I would do both.
$100 more when they could just save their game,
Yeah.
or just change the channel output and leave their console running.
I'm just
That
saying
doesn't
right
feel
now.
next gen,
I'm
though.
just saying
It
right
feels
now.
next gen
I'm
when you
saying
do it.
right now.
There's
What
no
if
way
it's a game that I
anybody's
don't
going to pay
really?
$100
Okay,
more
talk over
for
that.
that.
And did we forget? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I interrupt you, Andrew.
Say there's a game on that you don't care about, but you still like watching football, and you want to play Madden while you watch it. It's right there.
Yeah.
I'm saying if my
Nobody's going to
Eagles
pay
are on,
$100 more for
Yeah.
that. And
Okay,
this
is
Is
budget
that a
$100
$100
amount-
feature?
you just keep on saying no one's going to pay $100 more. But then you also have the PS4. When you put it up, it looks exactly almost like the PS3. It doesn't feel brand new and shiny.
Yeah. The
It
Xbox
feels
One has
just
a way
like
to
the
feel-
PS3.
They're not going to pay $100 more
Yes,
for
they
that.
will.
very
And I'll tell you
exciting.
what. And I'll tell you what. We're all overlooking. Isn't Halo coming out this year?
Halo is coming
Isn't
out this-
Halo the game that saved a console
Look,
by itself, single-handedly?
Can I-
See, the problem
It's
with
one of
that-
the biggest. The problem is when it's
And
one. People aren't
Titanfall
going to buy
is
Halo.
coming out this year.
No. When Halo comes out, that's going to help immensely. You're going to see Xbox One sales increase and all that. But it's not going to be enough to keep it afloat long time. Because,
We're just talking about for the year.
Halo was great because it came out at a time when shooters were really getting big. Now we're at a time where there's
But,
already
wait.
a mass of different shooters.
But what
Halo-
shooters
that's gonna
does
dilute that.
PS4 have coming out
And they
as
have the name
exclusive?
recognition. They
Yeah,
have the name
they have
recognition.
Halo.
That
They are
counts
still
a lot.
elite. They are still an elite shooter
But
that's
Brian,
going to come
but
out.
Brian, you
but people
said
still have Ghost, Battlefield. It's not going to be
They
enough
can get
to
that-
make
they
some
can
I
get
know,
that on
but
Xbox One.
that stuff came out this year. If you didn't already buy a PS4 for that, you're not going to go and
Yeah,
buy a
that was
PS4
20.
later
That was
this year.
2013.
But when
Right.
Halo comes out, when Titanfall comes out,
Yep.
it's
Yeah.
going to sell like shit
You
because
specifically
that's what
said-
they want.
we specifically said the average gamer.
The average gamer doesn't play Halo.
I mean the mainstream gamers who will not care. They just want mainstream
Halo
gamers.
runs MLG.
Halo
Halo runs
okay,
Halo's
MLG.
mainstream.
outside of Halo.
you can't say outside of Halo because Halo's huge.
You're not letting me finish. Outside of Halo, the other games that are mainstream gamers for mainstream gamers are on multi-platforms because they're mainstream
But,
games.
but,
But no, no, but if you had
when
to
you
choose-
see when you
but
see the
yeah.
advertisement, when you see the advertisement for Madden, what game console is at the end of that advertisement? Xbox.
It's
Xbox
both. It's
One.
actually
No,
it's
no,
Xbox.
No, it's Xbox
It's
One.
Xbox
It's Xbox
One.
One.
It's
Xbox One.
And I'll
It's
tell
the
you what.
console of
No,
NFL.
but people
On
aren't
top of
stupid.
this-
They know they can get it for both consoles.
But no, but if you see the games that are coming out for 2014 alone,
People go to McDonald's
Xbox
because
has
it has
the
red
advantage.
and yellow in its name.
Yeah.
It makes you hungry. People
Xbox,
are
okay,
stupid.
Yeah.
Xbox One has a better game lineup right now than PS4 does. And so if I was buying a console and I wasn't thinking about 2015, which a lot of people don't, I don't think the main person is like thinking long term like we do. They're gonna say, what has better things right now? Titanfall is gonna be huge when it comes out, and so is Halo.
And you know what?
And
Okay,
that's
but you
enough.
know what?
And that's enough to push it past.
okay, then
PlayStation.
if that's your theory,
Yes.
the biggest game of the last two generations was
okay.
the biggest seller of the last two generations, probably in the top 10. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Was the Smash Brothers series. So if Smash Brothers releases this year for the Wii U, then you're in theory going to say that it could possibly sell more than both units as well.
No.
because of how far it is. Like how. What else does it have?
Fine, it's
It
a
has
million-
Smash Bros.
also,
It has Smash
there's-
Bros. What else does it have?
There's a new generation though. Nintendo was big in our stuff, but now younger kids growing
Yeah.
up, they don't know about Wii. They don't care about Wii. They care about Xbox and PS4.
Call of Duty isn't on Wii.
It's not on
Yeah.
Wii.
Yeah.
The last Wii was like what, Modern Warfare 2, and you had to do the stupid
Yeah,
shooting. It
yeah.
sucked.
Okay.
But
Wait, let Dean have something
Yeah,
to say.
I was gonna say, I want to ask Andrew, do they have a ETA on Halo 4? I assume it's the end of the year.
Halo 5. It'll be Halo 5.
Well, actually, it's an
Yeah.
untitled Halo.
Whatever.
It's
It's at the end of
whatever.
the year, right?
They said it's coming out this year. They're guaranteeing it's this year. They don't have exact.
There's
date.
guarantees all
then
the
it's at
time.
least
If it
quar- it's at least
If it comes out,
quarter
it'll
three.
probably come out holiday season.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
It's at least quarter 3. So I
I would
feel
say
like
it's probably going out
a lot
September.
of what might sell
Okay.
stuff this year, especially, is E3 is going to be huge because last year E3 was about the consoles. This year it's going to be about the games again.
okay,
And
and
you're going to get to see all this stuff that they've been, holding back for E3.
Yo.
That is very
The
true.
Last Guardian and
No.
no. Kingdom
No.
Hearts 3.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
and in that, you know what? First off, when it comes to gaming, you never take guarantees. If they say, "Oh, I guarantee for it to come out, Halo 5, guaranteed to come out this year," I don't believe that.
I do.
I don't
Halo's
know.
never missed
Nah,
the
nah,
release
yeah.
date.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But-
I was just going to say, I believe certain things.
Halo's never missed the release.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I
you
don't
can't
believe,
play Halo.
I don't
You
believe
can't
if
play
GTA
Halo.
comes out. Yeah, come on, GTA 6 this year,
Yeah.
guaranteed.
No.
No, it's
But-
coming out like 4 years from now.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, Halo will help, but when E3 comes, like he said, and let's say then Sony says, well, we have this lined up for this holiday season as well,
what I
that
was-
could just fuck everything
Well,
up.
what I was saying was it's a wild card because if they are the same, then Xbox is winning. But if PS4 has a better lineup, then they can just steamroll everything because they are.
And
What we agree on, I think.
wait. I was going to say this last thing and then
Yeah.
you can wrap it up.
Well, he still has to make his
Yeah.
2015.
Oh, God, I forgot. Peter has to make one more prediction.
We've made this giant speech.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Kingdom Hearts 3, which is a huge draw. Wait a minute, whether
For
or not
Xbox One.
Okay,
and
that's what I was
PS3.
gonna say. It's coming on Xbox One. So E3 comes around, and guess what Kingdom Hearts 3 is a part of? The Microsoft press conference. And it presents on the Microsoft screen. And then you're thinking,
Also, Hideo.
Xbox One.
Also,
You know what though?
Game-
I've
game
actually heard.
set. Game set.
No, but most people who play those type of games aren't really big Xbox guys.
I think that would swing somebody.
Also, Metal
No,
Gear.
I don't think so.
I think
Well,
Titanfall,
but
Halo.
What you got to remember too is that they might not be big Xbox guys, but the people that already have it are gonna buy it.
Yeah.
And the people that you fail to take into
If
account.
you-
people buy things because their friends buy them.
If you wanted to buy Kingdom Hearts, which console would you prefer to play it on?
Okay, I'll
I
put
have
it this
both,
way.
I don't care.
I'll put it this way. I'm gonna get a PlayStation either way. I love PlayStation. I love the games.
If you have both consoles.
I love the franchises, right? But if I had to choose one console to have in 2014, and that was it, and at the end of the year I had to give it back, I'd choose Xbox.
I didn't. That's not what I asked you.
No. But you asked me which one would I rather play Kingdom Hearts 3 on. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
No,
I
to
don't
me,
think it matters.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
I
matter.
like the PlayStation controller better.
Especially-
I like PlayStation controller better.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
I
If
might
you-
just say PlayStation, but people like the Xbox One controller
I like
better.
the Xbox
so
One
it
controller
doesn't. So it doesn't really
But
matter.
usually it's the comfortability of it. Like I've talked to people.
I don't feel comfortable playing on Xbox. Really
There
cheating.
actually no, because like you said, I like playing Madden more on Xbox games, on Xbox consoles.
No, I said Xbox went after Madden players more. When you see the commercials,
No, you haven't.
When you see
no,
when you see
you haven't said
commercials,
that in the. I'm saying in the past you've said that.
Yeah, I do feel like that controller feels better, but I feel like PS4's controller is better for shooters, and people disagree a lot with that. But a lot of people like playing shooters better on Xbox. That's a preference thing. And if you already like...
But preference...
if you don't like the Xbox One controller, it doesn't really matter. You're not going to buy a separate console.
Brian,
just to...
We're not selling... Consoles is not selling... We're not selling sandwiches. We're going off... Every console is just completely preference. So when you have a game like Kingdom Hearts, that's preferential.
That's... Playing Kingdom Hearts on PS4 wouldn't sell me if Titanfall and Halo are already out. Playing Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm not going to be like, oh, you know what? I should buy a PS4 so I can play it on PS4.
Alright, so we argued enough about this one. Let's move on
okay.
to
Peter,
sorry.
End with your very boring 2015 prediction.
I think that PS4 has a good chance of coming out with their next iteration. With PS3, they put out the Slim 3 years afterwards, but I think Sony's going to try to be more aggressive with it. And their engineers are freaking wizards. I don't know how they managed to fit all that shit in PS4 without having a brick.
I saw a takeaway. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and that's about it.
I would love that.
Yeah,
I would love it.
If you could get a Slim PS3 or Slim PS4 with a Vita,
I don't think it'd be much slimmer. I think more maybe.
Well, you know what I mean, but a better, an upgraded version.
It's already pretty slim now compared to the Xbox One.
Yeah, I can't imagine it going any slimmer. I would just see it maybe a different design,
like the Xbox
drive,
One,
and maybe some other things.
I don't see any slim coming out. I see a terabyte coming out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. I don't see a slim. I just see a upgraded version.
Yeah, I see a terabyte. I see a terabyte.
I didn't necessarily mean a slim. I mean, if I could get a better version, with a Vita, I would buy it.
Yeah. Okay. Look.
For sure.
I see a terabyte.
Yo, Uncharted 4 comes out 2015. They're like, yo, Uncharted 4, Vita, upgraded PS4. It's a wrap. It's done. It's done. PlayStation just comes out the gate.
That's what I was gonna say.
And just steamrolls Xbox.
That's what I was gonna say earlier. Is that I think we can all agree, regardless of what happens in 2014, I think PS4 wins overall in the long run.
It all depends. It really depends on how you
play. It's gonna depend on the next 2 years.
Anything can happen later in the console generation, but
you never know when a new IP will jump.
But you know what?
At the moment, in the foreseeable future,
and I think PS4 has the advantage.
Yeah. Once Xbox releases Halo and Titanfall, it's like there will be new IPs because there always will be new IPs, but will they have the effect of because PS4 doesn't have their new IPs at the forefront. Once they have their God of Wars and their Ratchet and Clanks and all that, it's like what is Xbox going to have that's going to thrill us? Because another Halo won't be for at least another 3 years after that.
When is Sunset Overdrive supposed to come out?
I think next year.
So 2015.
Yeah.
Okay. That's looking forward to. Insomniac's
D4 is coming out, I think, this year.
The people at Ratchet and Clank are doing Sunset Overdrive. Actually, they might not do any more Ratchet and Clanks on PS4.
I actually would appreciate that.
I'd actually be really sad about that.
Because like they
Project Spark is supposed to come out this year, which is awesome.
To this, Sunset Overdrive is supposed to come out this year.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
damn!
In 2014. Well, god damn!
What about Quantum Break? I'm really hopeful for Quantum Break.
If Quantum Break comes out 2014, then I feel like you guys should apologize. And just say, Brian, I'm so sorry.
Year, I'm gonna be. It's from the creators of Alan Wake and the first two Max Paynes. I loved Alan Wake. I loved the first two Max Paynes.
The first two, I hated.
Quantum Break.
The first Max Payne did not date well at all.
What? The first two Max Paynes are great.
If you played it when it came out, they're great.
I want to say I played the new Max Payne.
Now it's kind of like.
Oh my god, the cover system is garbage.
Yeah, Quantum Break doesn't have it.
You don't need covers.
Yeah.
You just need to slow down time and shoot people in the face.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't even have a speculated release.
To wrap this all up, I think we all had some pretty good predictions.
Who do you think was the best?
Well,
I think
at the end of the year.
I was just gonna say I've been listening to all this. As far as who's gonna be the most right overall, let me take one final look.
We gotta let time go out. I think Brian Perry is gonna come out.
Uh-huh.
I think two are guaranteed. Two are guaranteed for me. Spider-Man's gonna be great.
I think Andrew had the best predictions. I think Brian's were the safest. And sorry, Collin, I feel like majority of yours were hopeful more than predictions.
Maybe.
I just wish.
Yeah. I will make no apologies.
You were like a tiny Tim of gaming right now.
I mean, you know what?
I don't know. I feel like for this year, Andrew is probably going to be the most right. The most accurate.
Woo!
All I have is hope, my
see,
friends.
what you got to remember is yours are more general. So
yeah, dude, you chose the most. Twisted Metal.
I didn't know we were supposed to be like, I believe that Amazing Spider-Man 2 will update by 10 points on Metacritic. Yeah.
Well, I'm specific. I knew what I was coming out with. You're like Xbox One. will be better.
Will probably.
But PlayStation 4 also will be better. Like, you're fucking hedging your bets. Andrew Bayless.
I feel like Andrew
All
is
right.
the most correct, and I don't know.
So at the end of the year, we'll come back, revisit these, and we'll see who's right.
And,
All
unless,
right. Spoiler alert.
and unless Brian's predicting, I'm not coming.
Spoiler alert, it's going to be me. For us here at Retro Requiem, we're going to bid you adieu. Come back to Retro Requiem for all your gaming needs, including badass reviews,
It's that other thing.
that other thing that we have, and that's totally not being made up for
Just
this end of this.
News, reviews, you know.
News, reviews, and videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Badass, you're not guaranteed.
Bye.